G'day YouTube, welcome back to the channel, Jujubear here, and welcome back to our coverage of the 2016 Risk Tournament group stages. If you're unfamiliar with Risk, it basically goes along the lines of two players build an army, they submit it to admin, and then there's a 50-50 chance that both players will have to swap their armies, so definitely throws up some pretty interesting strategies for sure. Now, this particular game involves AVA Granitor, the leader of the clan, a very good player, and we've also got, who have we got? Baál Hammon from ZEAL clan, so two fantastic players coming up against each other. But very interesting to see the different builds coming out of this. So we've got Baál Hammon submitted a build with 3 Oathsworn, 4 Fierce Swords, 4 Levy Freemen, 4 Mighty Horse, 1 with single bronze XP chevron, 3 Celtic Slingers, and a Mercenary Germanic Scout Rider. Now this is a very powerful build. And I think that he was probably banking on a normal round being played. Whereas Granitor has gone for a bit more of a balanced approach, probably hoping more for a swap round being played. We got 2 Italian Cavalry, 2 Tarentine Cav, 2 Slingers, 1 with single bronze XP chevron, 2 Balearic Slingers, 3 Sand Knight Warriors, 4 Thorax Hoplites, 1 being the general, 2 Veteran Hoplites, and 2 Light Hoplites. And guess what? I rolled I think I rolled a 3 at the time. So it did turn out to be a normal round for this match here. So unfortunately, Granitor is going to have to try and fight up against a very, very powerful sword rush in the form of the NERVII. So let's get into the game and we'll see what happens. Okay, we are in the game now. We picked a different map. Both players have to agree to the map. So it looks like they picked Sarai as our map here. But yeah, you can see, man, as I said before, Granitor's brought a build that's a bit more balanced. He was hoping for a swap round to be played, but it looks like it didn't really favor him, and it looks like he's going to be stuck with this Syracuse army. We'll see if Baál Hammon can use his Oathsworn and Fierce Swords to good effect. If he can get the charge off, man, absolutely just devastating. There's not a whole lot these Thorax Hoplites would be able to do in that situation. As for skirmishing superiority, I think it would probably go to Syracuse, as it usually does with these Greek factions. He's got those 2 Balearics, so going to be very powerful. Look at these formations, very wide. And we've got, what have we got so far? 4 Mighty Horse. It looks like he's got the same thing on both flanks from Baál Hammon, backed up by a Levy Free. He's got his Germanic Scout Rider out on the right flank. Up the front, he's got 3 of those Celtic Slingers with a couple of Meat Shield Levy Freemen. Yep, and behind them, the Fierce Swords are going to be intermixed with the Oathsworn, so definitely going to make it a little bit harder for Granitor to kind of keep track of which unit to keep an eye on. So not going to make it easy at all for Granitor here. So we've got Mercenary Italian Cav out in the flank with the Tarentines. The same thing is happening over here. He's got his Light Hoplites, great units for jumping into a Cav engagement that's already ensued. He's got his Balearics in the center, Slingers out in the flanks, Thorax and Mercenary Veteran Hoplites in the wings. Looks like he's got 2 Thorax over here and 1 Mercenary. We got Thorax in the center and then 3 Mercenary Sand Knights in the center. Now the Sand Knights can hold up for a short amount of time coming up against these Fierce Swords and Oathsworn, but they will eventually get cut down. So yeah, Granitor is going to have to pull something out that's very special in this match. As I said, unfortunately for him, he got a dice roll that did not go in his favor. I should also mention, I usually ask each player to give me a couple of comments before each match, just to put into the commentary. And this match was played, I think it was like 9 AM or something like that, Australian time. So he had literally woken up and jumped into game. So I don't know how much of an effect that would have on your battle. I mean, I guess I would probably suffer quite a bit if I was playing straight first thing in the morning. What have we got? Celtic Slingers, focus firing in on the Balearics. Probably a good idea. Yeah, the Balearics will eventually win out there. Looks like these Light Hoplites are going to come up against these Levy Freemen. The Light Hoplites have better stats overall in terms of attack, so they're probably going to win out over there, but he's got another one stacked up behind, getting ready to go. Granitor is going to pull back with his center line, and he's going to get a nice counter charge in here with this, what are these, Mercenary Italian Cav. And it looks like he's probably going to have to follow up with his Thorax Hoplites. These Mercenary Veterans are going to get a good counter charge against the Oathsworn. Out in this flank, we got engagements. Oathsworn against Mercenary Veteran. Thorax Hoplites against Fierce Sword. So every single engagement you can see here is probably... It just doesn't look like it could be favorable. This is okay though. Thorax Hoplite against Levi Freeman. He's probably going to finish that off quite quickly there. And this is great, getting the light Hoplites into the Mighty Horse. So it looks like Granitor's done pretty well on this flank over here. Baál Hammon still pushing in the center, going to be hoping to get a nice engagement in the center with these Mercenary Sam Knights. Though Granitor's happy to pull back and just continue firing with his Balearics. He doesn't really have a choice here. This flank is being overwhelmed by Baál Hammon. But it looks like Granitor is going to get a nice countercharge on these Mighty Horse with his Italian Cav, though the Levi Freeman are going to be coming in to support. Though Granitor does have a light Hoplite over here that he can wheel into this fight over here, but it just looks like there are way too many units that Baál Hammon has in reserve to use. Tarentines have been caught by the Germanic Scout Riders, and they're going to be supported by a different unit now. Yep, looks like Baál Hammon's going to keep on pushing, and Granitor probably does the right thing. He's going to start pulling away. There's not really a whole lot he can do in the center there. Though the more he pulls away, it gives his opponent a bit more time to win out in the flanks over here. These Tarentine Cav are going to be kind of getting pulled down by Levi Freeman and Mighty Horse. These Slingers, how many kills have they got so far? 13 kills, not doing too bad. I guess they're firing in on these Mighty Horse. Thorax Hoplite is doing really well against the Fierce Swords there. Didn't expect that. And it looks like Granitor is going to take the engagement, going to come straight up and come up against those Fierce Swords. Looks like he's going to peel off a Sam Knight Warrior to help out in this flank over here. And we've got, what have we got? Force Concentration being popped. What does that do? A bit of melee attack, and I think it gives you some more stats as well somewhere else, I can't remember. Thorax Hoplite coming up against the Fierce Swords, going to get a really nice charge in there from those Fierce Swords. So definitely going to go in favor of Baál Hammon. This is fantastic though, getting a nice charge in here with the Sam Knight Warriors into the back of these Oathsworn who are held up by the Thorax Hoplites. Very good job there. Though Granitor has been mopped up on the far flank over here, and it looks like this flank is going to be going in the same direction. Thorax Hoplite is doing a really great job against these Oathsworn, but yeah, it's just leaving his Slingers exposed. He doesn't really have enough units to cover his bases. Just look how fast these Fierce Swords just smash through those Mercenary Sam Knight Warriors. That's ridiculous. That's amazing. So this is a fantastic Barbarian Rush build here. And it looks like Baál Hammon definitely took a risk in bringing it to this battle, because there is a 50-50 chance that he could not end up playing with it, but it looks like he took the risk and it paid off, definitely. And he was able to play with the build that he built himself. Now we got a couple of Mighty Horse free out in this flank. These two Levi Freeman are free, and he's got a Germanic Scout Rider as well. This Thorax Hoplite is doing quite well against the Oathsworn. How many kills have we got there? 166 against 94. Pretty good stuff. The Thorax General Hoplite coming up against the Fierce Swords. Probably going to be able to finish it off in time, but I mean, these Oathsworn are starting to support. I mean, the Balearics are getting some very nice shots into the rear of the enemy Oathsworn General, which is probably a good move from Granitor there. But these Mighty Horse are going to come in and silence him. It doesn't look like Granitor had enough units out in the flanks to deal with the threat, and it looks like it's a close victory for Baál Hammon. Very good game from both players, but you can see straight off the bat, yeah, Baál Hammon had a great build. Yep, definitely paid off. The 4 Mighty Horse was a very good touch. I think he desperately needed them to finish off skirmishes, that kind of thing, get like a lot of rear charges, that kind of thing. Thorax Hoplite is getting a fair amount of kills, but just not being able to win out their engagements. Look at these oh my god, 9 kills in the Mercenary Veteran Hoplites. So this guy came up against the Oathsworn, and I think the other one came up against an Oathsworn as well, and they only got 9, 10, 11 kills. That's incredible. But really, if you're bringing Syracuse, what else can you do? There's not really a whole lot you can do. Light Hoplite is doing a really great job, 113 kills. A lot of those were on Levi Freeman, so definitely a very good unit to have out in the flanks, especially up against these Barbarian Rush armies. But yeah, the Oathsworn, man. I think Baál Hammon sent me the replay, and in his subject line, he was like, Oathsworn are and always will be OP. And I think I agree. These guys are just absolutely amazing. Double XP chevrons on 2 of them. 175, and these aren't like, they're killing some pretty solid units as well, so very impressive stuff from both players. So it looks like we've got Baál Hammon moving up to the top of that group. I think it's group B, And we got Granitor still searching for his first win of the group stage. Hopefully the dice will roll in his favor next time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time. And this is Jujubear signing out. Peace.